Hi, everyone. Good afternoon, and welcome to Partners for Prevention. We are here today with Student Council to discuss their Secret Santa project. So we're going to first start out and just ask you to each introduce yourselves and tell us your grade and how long you've been involved with Student Council. My name is Miss Malik. I'm one of the student support counselors at LT, and I'm excited to meet you both. Let's start with Taylor.
Hi, I'm Taylor Shulo, and I'm a senior, and I'm also vice president, and I've been a part of student council for 4 years now. And
Wow.
yeah, I've been a part of so many things, like all school, like Mr. LT, and like all the events basically for the past 4 years.
Nice. Zayden, can you introduce yourself, tell us your grade, and then how long you've been involved with Student Council?
Sure. Hello, I'm Zayden Higginbottom. I am the South Campus Vice President, and I am a sophomore. I've been in Student Council for 2 years now, and I've also participated in All School and Homecoming and all those other events.
Nice. Thank you. So for students who are not familiar with Student Council or maybe just heard the name but aren't really sure what Student Council is about, can you tell us a little bit about Student Council, what kind of projects you guys do, and then also if you could tell us a little bit about what motivated you to join Student Council?
So for this year, we've been really focusing on doing fundraisers, especially since a lot of our events have been canceled and switching our events to online. We do Mr. LT, which is now online, and we plan the homecomings every year and the homecoming parade. We plan most of the events at LT except for prom and all the senior events. So trying to think anything else I'm missing, Zayden.
Homecoming?
Yeah. Um,
Yeah. So you do a lot of the events at LT, definitely contributing to the feel, the culture of LT. Um, what made you want to join Student Council?
I definitely wanted to be a part of the leadership aspect of it, and I wanted to make a big impact on my school and the decisions. Definitely with the grade changes, Dr. Waterman came and talked to student council and asked us for our opinion. So I loved how I got to be a part of that change, and that's what motivated me to want to join and wanted to be on the leadership committee is to just
For
be
sure.
on top of that and be a part of that.
Zayden?
Yeah, that was also the leadership for me. I also wanted to play a big part in my school because I never got to do that in middle school. And it's always seemed very interesting to me to be in the Student Council.
Yeah, it sounds like you Student Council does a lot to not only contribute to the culture, but make an impact for students and be the voice for students. So it's pretty cool. So you guys do a lot of projects throughout the school year. Um, Tell us a little bit about the Secret Santa project.
So Secret Santa is run through, I think it's the LaGrange Park or LaGrange, Park District, and they collect gifts from all the communities, and they get families who can't afford Christmas gifts. So we decided to partner with them. And did I cut out? Sorry. They decided to partner with them and give help collect gifts and reach out. And we also collected money through our fundraiser for Double Good and do that. Collect sorry, my dogs are barking. It's distracting me. To collect money through that, and we raised 53 dollars kids 53 kids worth of money to donate to them.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I was
Sorry.
gonna say, that's awesome because I mean, you're definitely with this project extending that impact piece, right? Outside of LT, using a lot of that student power to make a difference, especially for kids in need. Zayden, so tell us a little bit about how this project was selected, Secret Santa. Is that something you guys do every year, or is it something new this year?
Well, for as long as I've been here, I'm pretty sure it's been an LT tradition for a very long time. And I know this year we've adopted a especially high number of kids.
Mhm.
Didn't we adopt 180 or 160?
We started with 150, but because of how many kids we got involved, how many kids everyone wanted to adopt, it just kept raising our number.
Wow, that's incredible. So you helped quite a few families this year. How do you kind of find out which families are in need? Like how do you know how many families you can help?
That's kind of all through the park district. We kind of just like partner with them to reach out to like people who want to like get involved and adopt a kid. So
Mhm.
like families in our neighborhood that reached out, we had 172 people reach out that wanted to specifically buy gifts. So in total, we were able to help like 225 kids.
Nice.
So
That's
yeah.
incredible.
We do more of like the buying the gifts or raising money, and the park district does more of like finding families and doing that.
Okay. That's a really strong partnership then, because it sounds like you guys both do what you're really good at and combine forces to help those who are in need. Zayden mentioned something interesting, that this year was more successful than the previous years, in the sense that you guys started out with more, 150 families. You did more families this year than you ever have before. Why do you think that is? It's kind of an unusual year, so you would think with everybody and at home and with the pandemic, it might be harder to get people involved, but it seems like you broke records this year. So, what are your opinions on that? What kind of motivated people to help out?
I think it has a lot to do with like people know it's a hard time, so I feel like a lot of people just want to help out, and they can see the struggle now. Because before, I mean, everyone was always centered around themselves and just hanging out with their own family. But now that they're at home and always on connected to the internet by some way, they can see what's happening around the world and how people are less fortunate than them. So I feel like they just want to help out.
What about you, Taylor? What do you think? I think Zainin hit it on the head. A lot of compassion and empathy, especially in this community.
Yes, I definitely agree. I think everyone saw that this is like a time that everyone can help. Definitely think it's boredom as well. Like everyone's sitting in their homes and they see that like this would be a great help, and it gives them something to do to buy gifts, and just warms their heart, I guess.
Yeah, it feels good to give back for sure. Absolutely. So the last question is, clearly Student Council does great work, lots of fun projects, a really established organization at LT. How do students get involved with Student Council, and how do they get involved with some of the projects that Student Council does?
We have a meeting every Wednesday. You can just email Mr. Geddes or any of the officers. It's really easy. You can just join our meeting. It's at 5:30 every week, and yeah, basically we just talk about all the events we're doing, and yeah, just reach out and we'll get you on our Canvas page, and yeah, that's basically it.
Perfect. Um, Thank you so much, both of you, for taking the time out and sharing a little bit more about this awesome project, and all the work that you guys do. We really appreciate you supporting LT and the community as well. Have a great break.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.